Hola, clase. Ok, vamos a repasar los mandatos informales. 2 commands, ok, versus usted. Entonces, primero un repaso, luego, then, una práctica, ok. Sí. Entonces, también pueden encontrar el enlace, the link, para este documento en the YouTube description. Okay, bueno. Antes we learned recomendaciones, ¿sí? Necesitas comer tu comida, right? Comer, infinitive. You need to eat. You should sleep. Debes dormir. Not duermes, right? Dormir. All right. Pero ahora, now, aprendemos los mandatos, okay? Como eat, sleep. You know, they could be eat some, eat, or ven, come with me, or por favor, escribe tu nombre, write your name. Okay, it's not always write, come, okay? Okay, so para formar el mandato informal, to form it, to make it, you're going to take your verb, your infinitive, like what you might have in this sentence, okay? And turn it into the to form, meaning here, if we have, bueno, por ejemplo, we have necesitas comer, right? Well, that's going to become, we're just going to take that comer, that's our infinitive, our infinitivo, and to form, es, right? Er verb, comes. And as you see here, take off the S. Okay, you could say just take off the R from this, see, but then you might miss a stem change, which we'll talk about. So, come, eat, or eat. Bueno, and you're actually, that's it. Pero, if there's a stem change, meaning the stem is the root of the word. So okay, what would be the stem of comer? Com, okay? Everything before your AR, ER, IR. And we have to just memorize which ones are stem changing. Needed. Lastly, sometimes we need the te on the end. So if it is a reflexive verb, despertarse, levantarse, okay? That's before I've changed it to me, te, se, nos. All right, so you'll need to put that te on the end. Bueno, okay, una práctica. Convierte, there's a command right there for to. Convierte las siguientes frases a mandatos informales directos. We're just being direct. Okay, versus tienes que, Tienes que comer mucho. Well, what I want you to do to make it into the mandato is to say eat a lot, okay? So a little bit longer, you have to eat a lot. Well, I don't want you to say you have to. I don't want you to say you should or you need to. I just want you to say eat a lot, okay? So take out this first part. Just find your infinitivo, and that's what you're going to switch. Instead of comes, no ese. Here's otro ejemplo. Debes practicar. You should practice una lengua extranjera, ¿sí? Okay, so I don't want you to say you should practice. I want you to say practice. Okay, práctica. So you might think this is for two. So normally for two, we have an ese on the end, see? Pero command form, take off that ese. As you'll see, these two, comer and practicar, no stem change, no te. They're not reflexive. Bueno, seguimos. Okay, so this side is your recomendaciones. Y this side has your mandatos informales. Again, when I say informales, I mean para ti, for two. Okay. Bueno, ¿listos? You ready? Número 1. Necesitas sentarte ahora. You need to sit yourself now. Sentarse, okay, here we've already changed it a little bit, means to sit down, to sit yourself. It is reflexive. So what are you going to need when you change this? We'll find out. Now, you have to just have learned, have memorized, this is a stem change. Okay, our stem is everything but the AR ending. Okay, and then there happens to be a T. So the stem change here, this root changes, the E becomes IE. So what would be my command form? Paso uno, step one, conjugate it for two. Sientas. Paso dos, take off your S. Perfecto. Paso tres, if it's reflexive, put that on the end. And we want it for te, siempre for te. You're never going to have a se here, okay? For a to command, for a reflexive verb. Okay, siéntate. Now, to show our emphasis is now on this part, we can put our accent. Oh, perdón. ¿Qué pasó? What happened? Okay, siéntate. Ahora, sit down now. Again, it could be polite. Someone comes into your office or your house and you might say, siéntate. Take a seat, sit down. See, it doesn't need to be siéntate. Ahora, you should, these are all C for you, es, as, desarrollar. What's desarrollar mean? To develop. Tu conocimiento, your knowledge, all right? For your trabajo. Okay, so instead of you should develop your knowledge, I want to say develop your knowledge. Okay, so how would I do that? Paso uno, find the verb you're changing. Okay, so we're not saying should, we're saying develop your knowledge. Entonces, the new paso uno is make that for the to form. AR verb, see? Our ending would be AS. Oops. Keep in mind, this verb has no stem change. This verb isn't reflexive. How do you know? Well, we just had to learn it. Okay, so paso dos, take off your S. Paso tres, add a te if it's reflexive. Oh, it's not. Okay, todo. Develop, desarrolla tu conocimiento. Okay, you have to gain, earn, okay, your money, some dinero. Instead of saying you have to earn money, we just want to take this variable and say earn money. So paso uno, make it the to form. Gan, ¿qué es? As, right? AR verb. Here, AR verb. So we want as as ending. Paso dos, take off that S. Again, the reason I have us do the to form instead of just taking off this R is just in case there's a stem change that we're not thinking about. That's it. Gana dinero. Earn money. Earn money. However you want to say it. Es necesario. This is still a recomendación, as we saw above. Now, it's necessary to do your homework. Instead of saying it's necessary to do your homework, I'm going to say, do your homework. Bueno. Normally, you would think it's hace, tu tarea. It's not. Es irregular. How do you know? You memorized it. I mean, ideally, you have an immersion situation where you know because you hear it. But para nosotros en nuestra clase, it's memorizing. And to help you, I have una lista. This is from our libro de texto, sí, gente. Okay, so entonces, if you look here, irregular forms, these are the ones you need to memorize. Just look at two, right? We're not doing formales. We're not doing usted. So we have, if I want to say put, pon. It's not pone. It's pon. To go, instead of vas, take off the S to va. No, it's ve. Ve. Okay? Memorize. You just need to memorize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Plus one more, ser, which goes to say. But let's repeat. Pon. Ir goes to be. Decir, to say, goes to di. So if I want to say tell me, I'm going to say dime. Dime, tell me. That me goes on the end also. All these little guys we connect to the end, the pronouns. Dime. But anyway, di. Tener, to have, goes to ten. So if I have some comida, I want to give you some, I might say 10, like have some, okay? So again, it could be a polite command. Salir, to exit or go out, becomes sal. So you might think it's sale, but no, it's sal. Okay, so sal. Excellent. Venir means to come. Instead of viene, that would be the, if it were regular, it's ven. So, por favor, repitan, ven. Muy bien. Okay, so an example of this one is ven conmigo, come with me. Doesn't have to be rude. Or if I'm angry, I might say, ven aquí, ahora. That'd be an angrier one. But again, just going straight to that palabra. Hacer, we mentioned, or about to do. Ah, if you're from España, it'll be more of a th, ah. And Latin America, and although some other people do the th, would be as, the ziza, esse, as. Okay, hazlo, do it. Again, I'm attaching that it to the end. All right, got those memorized? If not, we got that Quizlet. I don't expect you to have them memorized yet, see, but here's some Quizlets. They're public, anyone can search for these Quizlets. Okay, gracias a mis estudiantes, sí. Okay. So, it's necessary to do your homework. Do you remember the irregular mandato form for hacer? If so, tell me now, or make a copy of this documento and write it in. Uno, dos, tres. Haz, muy bien. Haz tu tarea, do your homework. Seguimos. It's importante despertarse now. This is what I wanted you to stay for. Es muy importante. Okay, so despertarse, to wake up, is reflexive. So there's a se. This is marked because stem change. Now, because this is a very polite, general recommendation, there's nothing in here that says I'm talking directly to you. It's very indirect, right? I'm saying it's important for one to wake up early. That se isn't te. Okay, it's important for one to wake up early, for people to wake up early. So in the command form, what was it? Paso tres. You have to change this. Anything that's reflexive, because you see a se on the end in this case, it's going to be te. And it's going to be on the end. Okay, so paso uno. What is the to form of despertarse? ¿Saben? You know? Des, okay. There's a stem change. Despiertas. Okay, stem change. And then our AS ending. Okay, so if you just pretended like that say wasn't there, you'll see this is an AR verb. And when I'm talking about a stem again, that's everything but your ending. So your stem, the root of this word is despert. All right, which has a stem change because we memorized it. I'll try and get you una lista, see? Okay, so now, ahora, we made it the to form, despiertas, paso dos. Take off the ese. Paso tres. Is it reflexive? Sí, because there's a se on there. All right, well, that's not the only reason, but sí, es reflexivo. So make the se a te. Despiértate. So when you get a really long ending like this, you have to think, what is the ending? Go over the se or the te, then your ARER. On the other side is your stem. Bueno, I want to do a IR verb, just a regular IR verb, okay? So remember your IR verbs have the E ending, see? So for example, here's regular forms, mirar, beber, subir. It's putting your ending in bold. Subir, the to form is sube, right? You just take off that S still and you have an E, not an I, just like bebe, okay? So por ejemplo, tienes que, you have to, vivir en Hawaii. See, you have to live in Hawaii. So Paso uno, what's the to form of vivir? Vives. Muy bien. Paso dos, take off the S. Perfecto. Paso tres, put a T if it's reflexive. Oh, it's not reflexive. Muy bien. So you have to live in Hawaii became live in Hawaii. Vive en Hawaii. Okay? Muy bien. I'm going to do the rest, but if you feel satisfied, adios. Gracias for watching. And please, if you want to just kind of see it, feel free to put it in fast forward, times 2. Bueno, número 6. Por favor, necesitas venir con nosotros. Venir. Uh-oh. If you didn't study which ones are irregular, you might not remember that this one is irregular. Pero sí, lo es. So instead of viene, we have to be like, oh, it was irregular. What was it? Then you remember and you say, oh, yes, it was ven. Or you look, ven. Okay. So that's what it is. No need to do anything more to it. Ven con nosotros. So I'm saying tú. Por favor, come with us. Tienes que dormir temprano. What's the to form? Cuidado, careful. It has a stem change. That's why I don't want to just take off the R. Also, you'd have an I there. So it has a stem change, meaning here's our stem, everything, see, but our IR, excelente. You think that the root of it. Stem change is UE. And memorize. You guys you're all getting that one, see? So duerm, and the to form would be an ES. Y luego, so that was paso uno. Paso dos, paso step, right? So paso dos, step 2. Quita el S, take off the S. Perfecto. Paso tres, think, is it reflexive? Was there a se here that I need to change? No. Perfecto. Sometimes we do have dormirse, right? To fall asleep. In that case, if it were dormirse, not dormir doctor, dormirse, what would this become? Not that. Duérmete. Okay, muy bien. Debes levantarte. Here we do have the T already changed because it's a little more direct. Debes, yes. So, debes levantarte, por favor. You should get up, please. What do? What's paso uno? Well, find your verbo, see, levantarte. But our other paso uno, make it to form. Does it have a stem change? No, it doesn't, because we're memorizing it right now. Levantas would be the to form. Let's not worry about the te right now. Okay, and we're going to take off the ese. Paso dos, quita el ese. And then paso tres, is it reflexive? Sí. So where does that te go? Because we want a te, not a se or a me in this case, because you're waking yourself up or getting yourself up. Okay, on the end. Levántate. So un acento. Okay, necesitas ponerte tus sandalias. You need to put on yourself your sandals. Bueno, we don't want this necesitas anymore. I'm not saying you need to. I'm just saying put on your sandals. See? You might want to say pone, right? So instead of pones to pone. But no, hopefully we will have these memorized. That poner is one of the irregular ones. Again, don't look at the usted right yet. So pon, that's what we want. No need to change it anymore. Okay, so pon. Now with this, we kind of make it reflexive to say like put your sandals on yourself. So we do need to add this te, just right at the end still. Ponte tus sandalias. Put them on yourself. Número 10. Es necesario decir. What's decir mean? Sí, say. La verdad, the truth. See, that's importante. Okay, so skip that. Go to our decir. We need the to form. Is what you might be thinking, but no, Oh my gosh, I just remembered this is irregular. Dun, dun, dun. D. So por favor, practiquen, that'd be for y'all. The Quizlet, see, for these guys. It puts in the usted though too. Okay, so D. That's what I want, not dice, D. Quiero D. Di la verdad. If I want to say, tell me the truth, dime. Don't need to worry about it, but just say no. Or I just want you to tell me something, dime. Tell me. Okay, no. Número 11. Buen trabajo, guys. You're working hard. Por favor, debes tener cuidado. Be careful. Literally, please, you should have careful. Okay, you should have care. Be careful. So you might want to say tiene, because not tienes, tiene, but no. Now I just remembered. It's irregular before we look. Do you remember? See? 10. Muy bien. Here's 10. Cuidado. You should, looking over here, you should be careful. Be careful. Or literally have care. Have careful. Necesitas escribir. Don't worry about this necesitas because you're just saying write. Like ascribe. To remember ascribe. Escribir. Okay. Bueno. So how would you say write? Escribe. But no ese. Is there a stem change? No. Is it reflexive? No. So that's todo. 13. Debes, you should eat. How do I say eat? Sí. Come. Because paso uno was comes. Take off the ese. Stem change? No. Reflexive? No. Perfecto. So, muy bien. Adiós a todos. Let me know if you have any preguntas.